I am your host, Nathaniel Anthony Russell, and thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Nate Russell Experience. I appreciate you so much. We're going to get right into it today. We are coming off of the Super Bowl weekend, Super Bowl week. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the brakes off the Kansas City Chiefs. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, and we're going to do a score, some scores I want to highlight. But I just want to talk about, very briefly, how I called this. I said a few things. Let me start off by saying this. I said, in order to beat the Chiefs, you're going to have to put your foot on their neck and break it. I said that. I did not think the Chiefs have been a good team all year. They've won so many close games. They only lost one game all season. I didn't think that. I genuinely thought they should have lost to the Bills. But the same way they won the Super Bowl last year, if Patrick Mahomes has the ball in a tight game, in a close game, the Chiefs are probably going to win. So you have to blow them out. You have to demoralize them. You have to take their confidence. And by golly gee willikers, did not the Philadelphia Eagles, the Broad Street Bullies, did they not? Okay, that was a little Philadelphia reference, whatever. But did they not destroy the Kansas City Chiefs? And this game wasn't close to begin with, all right? This game was not close to begin with. I want to, let me give a few shout-outs really, really quickly. Shout-outs to the Eagles. I can never hate on a team that does what they're supposed to do, okay? I do not like the Eagles. Not because of the organization, but largely due to their fan base, okay? When you live where I live, you're surrounded by Eagles fans. It's very annoying, okay? Their fan base is unreasonable, okay? And I'm like, you've only, your fourth Super Bowl in the last 25 years-ish. Yeah, your fourth Super Bowl. You're 2-2. Not bad. 50%. Ain't bad at all, okay? But Eagles, the fan base is very annoying. I'm just being honest. All right, where I live, the fan base is very annoying. So that's literally my disdain for the Philadelphia Eagles. But what I will say is few people I want to credit with this win, with this season. Okay, first and foremost, got to give it up to Jeffrey Lurie. He is the owner for the Eagles for bringing back Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman, general manager, is the key. Okay, he's the key. He is the one who's been orchestrating these competitive teams for the last few years. Okay, shout out to Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni for putting their winning cures everything. Winning cures everything. Okay, when you're winning, you forget that you don't even like your coach anymore. It's not a big deal. Why? Because we're winning. God darn it, you just won the Super Bowl. Okay, shout out to Saquon Barkley, who had been the focal point in the offense. He'd been carrying the Eagles the entire season, but in the Super Bowl, he had a very pedestrian game because they didn't need him like that. And guess what? You got to be selfless because it's about the team, okay? It's about the team. And shout out to Saquon for doing your big one, okay? You didn't get the Super Bowl MVP. I'll get to that in a second. But you know what? You're probably going to, if they didn't announce it, you probably Offensive Player of the Year, okay? And if you had played in the last regular season game of the season, you would have absolutely won MVP and broken the season single rushing record. But if I'm not mistaken, you did break the all-time rushing record for rushing yards in the entire season, including the playoffs. So that's, amazing season, Saquon. Amazing. All right. Shout out to the quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, Mr. Jalen Hurts. Yeah. Let's talk about it for a second. Jalen Hurts, man, you are amazing. Just your entire journey, winning a natty at Alabama as a freshman, getting benched as a senior. For Tua, you transfer for your grad to go to Oklahoma. You become a Heisman finalist. You get drafted in the second round. You lose in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They say you can't win a big one. They say, and what do? You win the Super Bowl MVP. and you win the Super Bowl MVP being a leader amongst men. Philly, you've invested your money. Howie Roseman, you've invested your money wisely. All right? Shout out to A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Okay? 2 prolific wide receivers. Devontae Smith, Heisman Trophy winner. A.J. Brown, top 3. Easy. Okay? And you're a little frustrated, but guess what? You didn't allow it to break you. And it paid off. And that's what team is about. All right? Shout out to Dallas Goedert. We see you, sir. We see you. To the entire Eagles offensive line, who had the largest offensive line in the league. Okay? Average height, I think, is 6'6", which is bananas. Eagles offensive line. Shout out to the Eagles defense. Cooper DeJean with pick 6 on his birthday. Shout out to the Eagles. Jalen Carter. Shout out to Darius Slay. Shout out to the Eagles defense, man. So proud of y'all. Philly, y'all did y'all big one. I said it was about to be some bananas activity from Broad Street to Northern Liberties. And that's I was just probably being nice. Okay, the whole city last night, as you guys can see from the video, the whole city last night was on fire. It was bananas, and we appreciate it. Why? Because we love it when a city rallies behind their team. The team is inspired. The team plays for the city. It's amazing. And Philly loves a little too hard. Most of y'all fans are annoying. I'm not moving off of that point, but shout out to you. So I just want to talk about the game. I'm about to be on my nerd just for a second. But when I tell you all this game wasn't close, okay? It started with the tush push. Jalen Hurts, I think, has the most rushing touchdowns out of any player over the last 3 seasons. All right, started off with what's a Super Bowl without a brotherly shove? See what I did there? Brotherly shove. Okay, whatever. Okay, so then, after the tush push, Eagles cause a turnover. They cause an interception. They get a field goal. So now we're up, 10-0. All right. Then I had said this during the NFC title game. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown connected on the touchdown during the NFC title game. And I said, you know what? Maybe that chemistry is starting to pick back up. And guess what it did? Because Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown for the little toe tap, the little 12-yard outer. All right? And now the Eagles are up 17-0. I'm just like, okay, the Chiefs have been down before, but something isn't looking too good. Eagles kick another field goal. All right, now they're rolling. Eagles are rolling. And I'm like, all right, Chiefs better do something. Nothing. All right. Then we get to the beautiful. This is where it started getting ugly. Jalen Hurts connects with Devontae Smith for a 46-yarder bomb. And I'm like, oh, no, the Chiefs are cooked. Oh, this game is over. Right? And again, you don't want to count out Mahomes. You don't want to count out Andy Reid. You don't want to count out Travis Kelce. They got some players on that team. But you're like, it's not feeling too good. So at the end of the half, not at the end of the half. The Chiefs did score before the end of the first half. But the Eagles just didn't relent coming out of halftime. All right. And not only did they not relent, but by that point, it was 34-0. I mean, let me back up. I'm sorry. Coming out of the half. Let me correct myself. All right, I'm looking at my notes. I apologize. Coming out of the half, it was when Devontae Smith scored. It was 34-0. And I said, you know what, Kansas City fans, go ahead and pack your bags. I hope New Orleans has been good to you over the weekend because today it hasn't been good to you at all. All right? All right. It was 34-0. Cooking them. Chiefs finally get on the board. Eagles like enough of that, and the Eagles score 2 more field goals to end the game, 40, and then the final score is 40-22. My point is the game was out of reach from the very beginning. The Cooper DeJean pick six. Oh, I'm telling you, I was watching the game with my family, and I stood up and I said, yo, this game, it might be over. It might be over. And boy, was I correct. And there's a lot to say about the run that Kansas City's had. And let me be very clear. As long as Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are together, they will always be in the playoff picture. They will always be in the Super Bowl. Okay, be in the Super Bowl picture. All right, because they're that good. But you have been hearing rumors about the Kansas City Chiefs fatigue. What is that? That means, this team is winning too much. We don't like the way they're winning. We feel as if they haven't, there have been some questionable calls along the way. We know the NFL likes writing stories, telling a story, the history of the National Football League. What better story than the first three-peat ever, with 3 first ballot Hall of Famers on that team, so it was very interesting, okay? And then you have it where the Chiefs are going to have to make some decisions, okay? They're going to have to make it was a few players that they traded, Xavier Worthy, he's a rookie, what are we doing? What are you going to do with Kareem Hunt? What are you going to do with DeAndre Hopkins? Do they go out and get, to shore up that offensive line? Because Philadelphia Eagles were getting all types of pressure on the Kansas City Chiefs. All right? All types of pressure. Literally, the Eagles lived in Kansas City backfield. It was ridiculous. So Kansas City has a lot of questions to answer moving forward. Philly can repeat. I said it. Philly has the legit chance to repeat. Yeah, teams are going to be better next season. Absolutely. Philadelphia, everyone's locked in. Not only is everyone locked in, but look at their core group. They generally healthy all season. Eagles got a chance to repeat. Eagles have a chance to be in an NFC title game. They have a chance to almost put like a Seattle run together or a 49er run together. Like, seriously. You look at teams like Detroit, you look at teams like the Commanders, you look at teams like the Packers, up and coming. Well, Detroit's not up and coming. They actually had a letdown, but the competition is going to be there. But I'm going to tell you right now, Eagles can compete with anyone. They're the defending champions. So we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. All right, so I know what you're thinking. You're like, Nate, you're not acknowledging the main point of all this. I'm getting there. What's the main point? The main point is this. Do not let anyone tell you, or do not allow life circumstances to, especially like, when you could be a loner, you could be an introvert, you can be a very social person, you could be in the public spotlight. Life is going to happen. But when life happens, what are you willing to do about it? And I'm talking about Jalen Hurts. That's the main point of all this. Okay? How would you feel? That was the number one story in the country when he got benched. Oh, his NFL dreams are, he's going to have to go play wide receiver. He's going to have to, go play another skill position. He'll never be a quarterback. No, he didn't take that for it. He put the work in. And he put the ball downfield. And now my man is the Super Bowl MVP. Pretty amazing. A journey and a story. The video of him just sitting in the hallway. Staring at the Lombardi Trophy with the stogie in his hand. That, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story. That is the main thing. It's all about the journey. All right? So allow me to encourage you, whoever's watching this. I don't know where you are in life. I don't know what you do. But if you have a healthy dream, be willing to work for it, be able to go above and beyond, okay? And be prepared for rejection. Everybody doesn't see your dream. It's your dream. But I'm telling you, if you can conceive it, believe it, and put the work in for it, it will happen for you. America is full of dreamers. Full of dreamers. We're in Black History Month. Not be judged by the what? The color of your skin, but by the what? The content of your character. Okay? All right? I don't even know how I got there, but Jalen Hurts just made Black history. It's pretty amazing. It's absolutely amazing. If you enjoyed this video of the Nate Russell Experience, please be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and make sure you like all of your favorite videos.